The 5 Nordic ministers sign an agreement. An idea discussed for a quarter century becomes a joint financial institution, the Nordic Investment Bank.
Facilitate coordination of major projects, contribute to financing investment, big investment projects and exports in Nordic interest. That was simple as that.
How did we get here? Post-war Europe needed economic cooperation and long-term capital. The Nordics kept asking, could we create a Nordic instrument to raise foreign capital to the region and modernize industry? The Nordic Economic Cooperation Council proposed a Nordic customs union and an investment bank to finance projects of common Nordic interest. However, this was rejected in 1959 due to perceived uneven economic benefits. Also, the bank idea was put on hold. In 1963, France's president vetoes UK's European Economic Community entry, leaving Denmark and Norway to withdraw their applications due to their reliance on the UK market. The Nordic bank idea resurfaced in the Nordic Council's debates. However, benefits still looked uneven. Strong for Finland and Iceland, unclear for the others. The momentum faded. Then came Nordic, the Nordic Economic Union, envisioning a common market, shared policies, and a joint Nordic investment bank. Then, days before the planned signing of the Nordic Agreement, Finland withdrew in March 1970, in a move widely understood to reflect incompatibility with its relations to the Soviet Union. Yet another attempt at Nordic economic cooperation collapsed.
When the Nordic collapsed, the bank idea collapsed too.
After the Nordic failure in 1971, the newly founded Nordic Council of Ministers focused on more pragmatic politics, leaving grand schemes aside. After the 1973 oil shock, the case hardened: attract capital, finance energy, and back exports. It was urgent. In January 1975, the Nordic prime ministers asked for a concrete plan as soon as possible. A group chaired by Hermod Scanlon delivered. A bank on sound banking principles designed to complement markets. Ministers said, proceed as soon as possible. To avoid another slow fade, the governments called the first ever extraordinary session of the Nordic Council. After hard debate, economics, regional balance, international obligations, the vote in November 1975 was clearly in favor of establishing the Nordic Investment Bank. The governments cleared the last hurdles, and on 4th of December in 1975, the agreement was signed in Copenhagen. Helsinki became the headquarters, bringing Finland closer to Nordic cooperation and balancing institutions across the region. From idea to instrument, in 1975, the Nordic countries finally decided to combine credit strength for common goals, a decision that has endured for 50 years.